What's going on, everyone? It's Marcellus back with another video. We got to talk about Baby Doge because, as everyone can see, we are actively going down in the overall crypto market, and Baby Doge is not an exception. So, we're going to talk about these technicals and we're going to talk about what could possibly bring Baby Doge out of these trenches. So, definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. And also, if you want some percentages off of your trading fees, definitely check out the MEXC Global link inside of the description. You'll get a percentage off of those trading fees. But without further ado, let's get started. So, I want to talk about the technicals here first with Baby Doge. As you can see inside of Baby Doge, we are going down huge. Now we are down at about 1121. If you go over here and look at the last 7 days, we got 2.1% in the last 7 days. Not as bad as a lot of the other cryptos. So I think that's a good thing right now. But you are seeing the 14-day period down 7.7%, 30-day period 30%. But overall, we're kind of doing better than a lot of other coins out there. So we're doing better than Ethereum, and they just now had their merge, and we're doing better than some other projects. But let's stop talking about that. Let's talk about more so what is going to happen with the prices of Baby Doge soon. So, what do I foresee here? First things first, you got to look at all the different metrics that are playing. So, for one, on the Twitter, you've seen that they mentioned that they're going to be releasing this pretty much the date for the swap. And actually, if we can get the date for the Baby Doge swap out, that's probably going to be the main thing that pushes us upwards. So this is a major catalyst for us. Just the date, off the date, people are going to buy in on that hype, and they're just going to buy in before that, and they'll probably end up selling when it actually happens, but they'll probably be buying before that, sending the price up. So I think that's one of the things that's going to help us. And on top of that, we're always getting new holders every single day. Now we have 1,616,103 holders. I remember when we only had 1.5 million holders. When we only had that many, like, everybody started jumping on Baby Doge, and now we're at 1.6 million already, 1.616. So, anyways, let's move on to the next. As you can see, the burn wallet is getting way more Baby Doge by the day. This is crazy. In the last 24 hours, the burn wallet has gotten about 32.28 trillion Baby Doge, which comes out to be 38.01K inside US dollars. So that's actually pretty big right there. And right now, the fiat value is $234 million inside of our burn wallet. So 198.7 quadrillion has been burned. And if you do the math here, you can see our circulating supply. So you can just take this 420 quadrillion. We really don't even have to do this math, but anyways, million, billion, trillion. There's so many different numbers here with the quadrillions. It's so hard to do the math for. And then multiply it by this total number here, and that will give you pretty much our circulating supply. So Baby Doge by the day is losing lots of circulating supplies. So we have 221.2 quadrillion circulating supply. That's still a lot, but it's more than less than half of what we have like all together. But that's still good that we have that much. So 221 quadrillion circulating supply. We got to keep getting this down. Honestly, I want to see them do some more of the burns, the quadrillion burns for the month. Like if we can do these monthly burns again, then that would really help with the circulating supply a lot. But anyways, that's still pretty good for us. But let's talk some more about the technicals here. So as you can see with the price here with Baby Doge, there's no support floor that is showing us right now other than 1100 pretty much. And you can see it's still continuing to go down. We're still having a lot of selling going on inside Baby Doge. But when you scroll back here, you can actually, we're going to have to go over the 4-hour chart. But whenever you scroll back here with the 4-hour chart, you can see the 1100 supports. So that's really where it seems like it's trying to head to. It's not trying to stop anywhere else but down to the 1100 support, and that will bring us right here. So if we can actually end up bouncing off the support like we did back here in June, that would be good. There's always a possibility that we bounce off of the support and then we go back up to some insane amount like this, back up to 1800, especially with the swap. Like with the swap coming out, that's definitely possible if we get that release date soon and there's enough time for people, hype it up before it actually comes out. And then people are probably going to pump it up leading up to there, like I was saying earlier. But hey, it could happen. Like if we hit that 1100 support, it could happen just like it did before, or it could continue to go down to the 9Z9 support, which is roughly around here. And then we have the 1000 support that we were looking at too. So if we drop here, then maybe we could try to break this 1250 resistance now. Or if we can't, then we're going to continue to go down there, eventually down to about 9Z9. And the lowest we were at, like within the last few months or 6 months or something like that, is 9Z7, and really in the last year. But yeah, that's the lowest that we were at in the last year. 9Z7, which is all the way down here. So even if we do continue to go down, I don't think we're going to go back past our all-time low. Not our all-time low, but there are previous lows. I don't think we're going to go past those. But anyways, those are just my personal opinions. Like I said, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor at all. But Bitcoin is really a lot better to look at though than the baby doge charts right now, because honestly, the volume isn't enough. We are getting some good volume here, but it's selling volume. So what we really want to look at is, why are we getting that selling volume? And you're seeing Bitcoin as having high activity expected, moderate activity expected. This is for institutional investors in dark pools. And just notice how it's right here, right where we had these huge red candlesticks. So there's institutional investors selling out of Bitcoin, and probably big whales selling out of altcoins as well as we're speaking. And that's why Bitcoin dropped down to 19.5K. My prediction still stands in play, that I think that, and remember that this is no financial advice at all, but I think that we're probably going to go back down here to 18.7K with Bitcoin. So that's my prediction, 18.7K here with Bitcoin. And if we continue to go down like we're doing now, we have some support here at 19.3K. So you could probably end up seeing Bitcoin trying to retrace back up to 19.8K for 19.3. But if it can't, then you're going to see the moderate activity going down here. And it's probably going to be moderate selling activity. So then you're going to have some moderate selling activity for institutional investors and the big whales. And that'll end up being probably what brings us down to about 18.7K. And if that continues to happen, then we could see Bitcoin going down further to 18.5K at the bottom support before having its rally upwards pretty much again. And who knows how it will happen, but I do think that we're probably going to have some movements like that where it just goes all the way down to like 18.5K, and then we have a pump back to the upside again. Or maybe it's one of the more longer term ones, right? And maybe it doesn't bring us like that. Maybe it just immediately brings us down further. So there's always a possibility for what can happen here inside of crypto. No one can ever know 100%, but something that you could look up at if you want is a longer term chart. The 1 week chart, it kind of shows something a little bit different. When you look at the 1 week chart, it kind of shows you that in the long term, we're actually becoming bullish. So the 1 week chart is just about as long as you can go, or as good as you can go for that long of a distance. But when you look at the 1 week chart, you see something. It says high activity expected. So high activity expected could be high selling expected, but it could also be high buying, because when you look down here at the oscillator, yeah, it says that we are oversold this whole area. Obviously, this whole area was oversold. We had a little bit of purchasing trying to bounce back into the market right here, and then that was followed by more selling. But it's a bullish signal because the selling is slowing down. It's not as large as it was before, which is a bullish signal. That's why it says bull over there on the oscillator. And it also says 24-hour market control for the 1 week chart is bullish by 80%, and they're doing it by 1 week, the 1 week chart. So the fact is that since we have these support lines all the way down here, it kind of does show us, if we were to have high activity of selling, that just ends up bringing Bitcoin and literally everything down, and bringing Bitcoin down all the way to its new lows of 13K or even 10K. So if Bitcoin were to go down to 13K or 10K, just know that would probably be the bottom. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but this is where the 1 week chart is showing that it's the bottom. And typically it's right, but not 100% on point. But typically it is. But what I'm seeing here, though, the support, like if we hit the support down here, you know how much of a discount that'll be for Bitcoin. It'll be a discount for Ethereum, Baby Doge including. So I think there's a huge possibility that we have some good buying opportunities coming up. And for Baby Doge, I would see Baby Doge going down to 9.7K, or not 9.7K. I would see Baby Doge going down to 10Z9 if we were like doing exactly what Bitcoin's about to do. So 10 zeros and a 9, or 10 zeros and a 7, really, because that's like the low, that's the bottom for Baby Doge. So 10Z7, that's actually where we bottomed out back here. So yeah, I think if this does happen, expect Baby Doge to hit like 10Z7 if we keep having this selling. But be wary though. Baby Doge isn't like Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin could be crashing, and then we get the news for the swap, like when the swap is going to be coming out, the actual release date of the swap. Because if Bitcoin's crashing while we're doing that, then we're going to be obviously pumping, and then our swap's going to be coming out. So I think that we're probably going to have a hedge against the overall crypto market. We may not do as bad as Bitcoin if all of this happens. You could just see a small pullback and then a pump because of what we got going on in the community. So Baby Doge as a whole, kind of stands apart from Bitcoin. We can see this time and time again. The last time inside December, I believe, we were having a pump for Bitcoin, but then we were having a no, we're having a dump for Bitcoin and then a pump for Baby Doge. But yeah, something like that. And you can actually see it back here. So there's always a difference in what's going to happen going into December into February here. You can see Bitcoin just going straight down. But if you were to look at Baby Doge for that time period, you're going to see something a lot different. So as Bitcoin goes down, we could probably end up seeing Baby Doge going up, kind of like how we did last time. And there's always a possibility that something else happens. But anyways, look, 17th of December, all the way up here to about the 17th of January. So a whole month. We did huge numbers, astronomical numbers, all the way up to 6-0 as Bitcoin inside that same time period from that December area over here all the way up. You just see Bitcoin just not doing what Baby Doge was doing. So you just see Bitcoin going down that whole time, actually, from 50K Bitcoin all the way down here to about 36K Bitcoin. So I think if we have a Bitcoin crash, we might see a Baby Doge pump. And that's why I'm saying, like, expect Baby Doge just to pull back down very slightly, just a little bit more until we can actually have our pump coming up. Like I said, none of this is financial advice, but look, you just have to look at what Baby Doge is doing like right now. We haven't even hit our support yet, and you can actually see it in the charts. It's still going down actively, and 1100 is really what we're waiting for. Right now we're at 1108. So if we hit that 1100 flat area over here, then we're probably going to end up seeing another drop that's going to continue to bring us down. You can even see on the oscillator, all that volume right there is all selling volume. So like I said, expect Baby Doge to go down here. Maybe it's like the 1000 place and then 99. That's really what I'm looking for here. And then we could probably end up seeing a bounce from there. And we may see a bounce before then, maybe at this area here. But still, there's always the possibility of going a little bit lower. And I never count that out. But anyways, this is all I got for you all today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. And as always, I'll be back with another video.